Welcome to SolidWorks tutorials. In this tutorial, we will know about draft tool. We know about this draft tool. It is used to create a tapered profile or insert the angle on the faces. So we can find this draft tool in this feature tab and draft. So I select this extrude boss base to create the base feature, and suppose I select the front plane. On this plane I draw a center rectangle. Okay, select the center rectangle, then origin as a center and give it the height, give it some height like this, and OK. And then I select draft. In draft there are three types of draft: neutral draft, parting draft and step draft. First I select this neutral draft. Also there are two options, manual and draft expert. So we have to select the value of draft angle. Usually we can take draft angle up to 15 degrees. Suppose I take this 10 degrees. And we have to select a neutral plane. Neutral plane will be the fixed plane or the reference plane. Suppose the neutral plane is this top plane, and it is highlighting the direction on the upward side. Then faces to draft. Faces to draft are the faces on which we will create the angle. Suppose I select this face as a draft, and in the draft tool there is no preview, so I have to select OK. When I rotate this, we can see from this view that this face is at some angle. Similarly, we can create draft on more faces. I select the draft, then neutral plane. Here we can select a plane, also we can select a face. Suppose this time also I select this face, and this time I select all the other faces as a faces to draft. Select this all three faces. We can insert the value of angle. Then face propagation along tangent, all faces, inner face or outer face. I select this none and click OK. And this time we have created drafted on all the faces. Similarly, we can take reference of more face. I select the draft option, and this time the neutral plane will be this plane, this side plane. And faces to draft, suppose I select this top face as a face to draft, and we can see the direction it is highlighting by this arrow, and then draft angle and click OK. And this time this face will be drafted. We have one more type of draft, that is parting draft. So to create a draft, we have to undo this, go to this undo option, and we have to undo all the drafts we have created. Then I go to this sketch and select this sketch. Select the side plane and draw a line. I take a line from this end point, suppose, up to this point. Then OK, and exit sketch. Then I go to this features, and there is an option in there, that is split line. Select the split line, and type of split will be projection. Selection, in this selection we have to select the sketch and then faces to split. I select all the faces, that is the first face, then face 2, face 3 and face 4, and OK. We have split all the faces. Now I can go to the draft and select this parting line. In parting line type of draft, we can give two directions to the draft. First is draft to direction of pull. The direction of pull can be with respect to any face or any plane. Suppose I select this face, and it is highlighting the direction on upward side. Then parting lines. Parting lines will be these lines. Select all these lines. We can also reverse the direction of this parting line by selecting the other face. Other face will be change the direction of the arrows. And then click OK. And we can see the draft is only on this top face above the parting line. Another type of draft is a step draft. So to create the step draft, go to a new part file, select this part and select this extrude and select the top plane and draw a center rectangle. OK, and then exit sketch, give it the height and I go to the sketch and draw a sketch on this face and I select the line, and in this sketch we will insert a step on this line, and that is the step we have created. Click OK and then exit sketch and go to this features and go to split line, and selection split line will be the sketch and select the faces. That is the face number 1, face 2, face 3 and the 4th face, and OK. Now I can go to this draft, select this step draft. In step draft there are two options, tapered and perpendicular. I select this tapered, insert a value of draft angle, then direction of pull. Direction of pull will be with respect to this face. Select this face, so it will be on upward direction. Then parting line, select these lines one by one and OK. Okay, there is some problem. So we will reduce the value of this draft angle. Suppose I make the draft angle 5 degrees and click OK. Now we can see the step draft. Step draft basically creates the mismatch of the parts.